Oh boy, strap in for a tale that's as cheerful as a birthday party at a tax office. The year's 2027, and guess what? Women have hit the cosmic pause button on making babies. It's been 18 years, and doctors are scratching their heads harder than a flea-infested cat, completely bamboozled about why no one's popping out mini-humans anymore. As you can imagine, with the global baby production line halted, humanity's taken a bit of a nosedive. Societies around the globe are crumbling faster than a cookie in a toddler's fist, especially in Africa and East Europe. Everyone's rushing to the posh nations like they've got a Black Friday sale on citizenship. Meanwhile, the UK has decided to crank up its inner dystopian nightmare to 11, turning into a police state where the boys in blue can nab you for just about anything. Think 1984, but with more tea and scones. Enter the scene. The world's youngest old fart, Argentine baby Diego, barely out of his teen angst phase at 18, gets offed over an autograph. Yep, humanity's last hope, and he's down for the count because he wouldn't scribble his name. This sends everyone into a tizzy while they're sipping their morning brew, contemplating the existential dread of human extinction. Cue Theo, our hero, who's as bothered by the morning news as a cat with a cucumber. He saunters out, spikes his coffee with a bit of courage, and boom. The coffee shop he just left becomes a fireworks display courtesy of the local rebel group, the Fishes. Talk about a bad start to your day. Deciding he's had enough excitement for one day, Theo plays hooky from work under the guise of mourning baby Diego. He visits his buddy Jasper, who's living the dream in a forest hideaway with his catatonic wife and a thriving cannabis business. Because, why not? The next day, Theo's day gets even weirder when he's kidnapped by the Fishes, who apparently moonlight as amateur magicians with their vanishing tricks. Surprise, surprise, the group is led by his ex-wife, Julian. Awkward. They haven't seen each other since their Spotify playlist was just sad songs following their son's death from the flu. Romantic catch-up. This is not. Julian spills the beans that the Fishes are innocent of the cafe's remodel by explosion. Instead, she hints the government might be playing dirty to frame them. Her big ask? Theo needs to whip up some fake transit papers for a VIP immigrant, with a side of smuggling them out of the city. Because nothing says, rekindling old flames, like a bit of document forgery. After pulling some strings with his cousin in the government, who probably owes him for a forgotten Netflix password, Theo gets the papers. But here's the kicker. He has to play chaperone. So off they go. Theo, Julian, her buddy Luke, the VIP key, and her midwife Miriam, on a road trip to the coast that's about as smooth as a skateboard ride over cobblestones. So, our gang's escape plan hits a snag when Julian gets shot by someone with the aim of a stormtrooper who actually hits something. Then, because apparently everyone's auditioning for a role in Grand Theft Auto dystopia, Luke decides to turn the car into a makeshift battering ram, only in reverse. But wait, there's more. They get stopped by the cops, because of course they do, and Luke, in a moment of extreme overreaction, decides to solve his problems with a bit of permanent paperwork reduction. They throw Julian a funeral in the forest, because nothing says, rest in peace, like leaves and dirt. Theo has a good cry because, well, feelings. Just when Theo thinks he's had enough of this circus and announces he's peacing out, Key decides it's the perfect time for a striptease, revealing she's basically a walking, talking miracle with a baby on board. The Fishes are treating it like they've just found the golden ticket in Willy Wonka's chocolate bar, while Theo's picking his jaw up off the floor. The plot thickens when they all huddle up to decide what to do with Key's bun in the oven. Theo's like, let's tell the world. But the Fishes are convinced the government will turn Key and her baby into the next big reality TV stars. Key, feeling the pressure, decides to stick with the Fishes. As if things couldn't get more soap opera, Theo discovers Julian's murder was an inside job by the Fishes, because nothing says team spirit like betrayal and backstabbing. They plan to cash in on Key's baby, and, for an encore, kill Theo. Theo, now officially in panic mode, goes full Mission Impossible, grabs Key and Miriam, and makes a break for it. He even plays mechanic, sabotaging the cars to ensure they're the only ones making a grand exit. Their next stop? Jasper's place. Because where else do you go when you're carrying humanity's last hope and everyone wants a piece? Jasper, ever the host, welcomes the unexpected baby shower, and even gets in touch with the Human Project, because apparently, there's a group of scientists chilling in the Azores who are into baby-making science. But because we can't have nice things, the Fishes find them, leading to a quick getaway to meet Jasper's friend Sid, who's apparently cool with arranging a boat ride to the human project. As they leave, Jasper meets a tragic end, proving no good deed goes unpunished in dystopian Britain. So there they are, Theo, Key, and Miriam, on the run, heading to an abandoned school, because nothing screams safety like desolation and echoes. And who shows up? Sid, the immigration officer turned getaway driver. Because in this world, everyone has a side hustle. So, the grand plan is basically to get our trio booked for the ultimate all-expenses-paid trip to Tomorrowland. Except it's not a theme park, it's a ship. And instead of fun rides, there's just a whole lot of hope and desperation. Sid, the man with a plan, escorts them to a refugee camp that's more the Hunger Games than Welcome to America. On their scenic tour, they witness the military's idea of crowd control, which involves less tear gas and more permanent solutions. Now, Key's in the back of the refugee bus, doing her best impression of a woman not about to pop out a baby. Miriam, who was apparently a gynecologist before the world decided babies were so last century, is there playing midwife. Their acting skills pay off, and they manage to board the bus to Bexhill, with Key's water breaking just in time for a dramatic entrance. Enter Marichka, the Airbnb host from hell, who offers them a rusty room that probably hasn't seen a guest since the last ice age. Key decides this is the perfect spot for a dramatic birth scene, and Theo, having zero midwifery experience, steps up to the plate. Spoiler, it's a girl. The next day, as if things weren't chaotic enough, Sid and Marichka come knocking like the world's worst wake-up call, announcing that the fishes have turned the city into their personal playground, and the National Guard is about to RSVP with guns blazing. Amidst this delightful chaos, Sid reveals his entrepreneurial spirit, deciding Key and her newborn are his ticket to Easy Street. Marichka, not a fan of Sid's business model, decides to give him a taste of refugee camp hospitality. They escape into the streets, which resemble a Black Friday sale if Black Friday sales involved live ammunition. As they navigate this dystopian flea market, the fishes, ever the party poopers, decide to kidnap Key. But don't worry, the British forces decide to join the fray, creating enough distraction for Theo and Marichka to pull a Houdini. Theo, now playing hide-and-seek with Key and the baby, finds them in the world's most depressing game of Where's Waldo. Luke, not wanting to be left out, starts his own fireworks display with the National Guard, but his show gets cancelled abruptly, allowing Theo, Key, and the baby to make their grand exit. And just like that, as they step out into the world, everything stops. The guns fall silent, and everyone's eyes are on the baby, probably wondering if she comes with a manual because, let's face it, no one's seen a new model in 18 years. It's like they've all spotted a unicorn, except this unicorn cries and needs diaper changes. In the end, our ragtag group of misfits has managed to turn a dystopian nightmare into a story of hope, all while dodging bullets, outsmarting double-crossers, and delivering babies in the least hospitable places imaginable. Because who needs a hospital when you've got a rusty room and the world's ending, right?